Hello YouTube, this is Darkness1852 here, bringing you the week 1 of the Zirconian Battle Syndicate, the ZBS. I am the coach of the Solgaleos, and today we are going to face Maria of the Seattle Primarinas. Maria, the one that drafted the dreaded terror that is Castform. She kind of drafted Hail Team, and honestly, I'm rusty. Everything about me is rusty. I haven't battled in a while, I haven't edited in a while, so if this is kind of poor quality, then I apologize, but I'm looking forward to getting out of retirement. I'm working forward to relearning everything. So this is going to be a great start, hopefully. And yeah, let's get into the breakdown, shall we? Alright, team preview time. I'm looking at her team. Primarinas, Ninetales, Froslass, Magnezone, Goodra, Espeon, Castform, Lapras, Sableye, Mandibuzz, and Turtonator. One thing that I noticed about her team, really weak to rock. But I don't have a rock guy. But this is where the versatility Sableye comes in. So my first plan is rock Sableye. So he is number 1. Another thing, also kind of very weak to fighting because kind of a hail team. So Primate, gonna be a very good asset to that too. Also kind of weak to steel and electric. So Magnezone, you're gonna throw in there too. Then I want my defensive duo, Sableye and Sylveon and Toxapex. That just leaves who's going in slot number 6. Now I kind of debated with myself a lot because there's kind of like I don't see a clear winner for the last slot for the team. So let's kind of go through the people that I didn't want to take. Primarina. Ice heavy, she doesn't really do much against her team. She can do well against Primarina, but that's about it. She's not gonna do well against Ninetales or Froslass. Can't really hurt Magnezone. Goodra, not really. Espeon, kind of. Castform, no. Lapras, no. Sableye, I will just burn her. Mandibuzz, no, and Turtonator, no. So, Zarina, not a good matchup. Ugh. Once again, a lot of ice weaknesses, and one of the things I kind of discovered as the draft went on is that if you have 100% of the cells like I do, you cannot create an aura construct until you get rid of all the cells. So, I can't exactly port in other Zygardes until Bank is released, so I can't exactly get that Zygarde easily. So that's kind of a reason why I'm not leaning it. So that just leaves Weavile, Ditto, Incineroar, and who is the other one? Drifloon. Between the 4, kind of leading towards Incineroar or Weavile. And ultimately, the fastness of Weavile, just kind of dealing with that Espeon, because that Espeon actually kind of scares me. So I just went with Weavile just to make sure it was faster. So my team is Sableye, Weavile, Sylveon, Magnezone, Primate, and Toxapex. As for her team, kind of afraid of a lot of stuff. For some reason, I am really afraid of Scarf Castform. That just kind of... That is something I kept thinking is probably going to be brought, is Scarf Castform. I don't know why, but I don't want to mock Castform at my own peril, so I'm actually preparing for that. Her big... I believe I said earlier, her 3 biggest threats to me are Magnezone, Goodra, and Espeon, so... Those are kind of 3 that I'm preparing most for, which Weavile deals great with Goodra. And unfortunately, Magnezone is like the perfect counter to both of my walls, because Steel types hits a Fairy, Electric type hits Toxapex. So that's definitely kind of a threat, but thankfully I've got Magneton, which basically resists anything outside of Hidden Power, Ground, or Fire. So I'm going to go into set details for each of my 6 guys then. Alright, so we got Sableye Rock. Multi-attack, which will be Rock. Fire Fang for Magnezone. Thunder Fang for Primarinas. Sword Stance in case I can boost. It's not going to hit hard without a boost, but it's going to hit hard enough, ideally. So hopefully I can find something to set up on. I kind of debating dropping Thunder Fang for Substitute, but there was nothing really I could set up on. Nature. Naive. I can't exactly change the nature yet. I didn't get into the progress of that, so... Ideally, for next week, natures will be right. Max attack, enough speed to outspeed max speed Goodra, in case that was a thing. So, I know I'm going to outspeed base 80s. The rest is in HP just for bulk. Weavile. Icicle Crash, Throat Chop. It's 2 strong stabs. Poison Jab, just in case Primarina shows up. And I guess it could also work on Ninetales. Sword Stance, once again is boosting. I didn't want a Life Orbit because I wanted the guaranteed Sword Stance. Just that security that I can get a Sword Stance up is really important to me. So, max attack, 140 speed EVs, jolly. It's enough to outspeed Timid Espeon. 252 speed is not enough speed to outspeed Timid Scarf Castform, so I didn't bother just maxing speed. So, there's that. Rest goes into HP just for added bulk. Primeape. This is kind of the first thing I set upon. It's like, I want a banded Primeape on this team. It will hit so hard, so fast, so well. So I want this thing banded. So I'm going to go max attack, adamant. Enough speed to outspeed max speed Castform. Because it hits everything like a truck, max attack. Once again, rest of the EVs in HP for the bulk. Anger Point or Defiant or Vital Spirit. I went with Anger Point because she really has nothing to put myself to sleep, and I can't really see any of her moves that I would want to take that would lower any stat. So just getting a random crit to maybe sweep, that was ideal. Close Combat, Stab Move, Power, U-Turn, Scouting Edge. Stone Edge, once again, Rock, really good against her team. And final move, Poison Jab, just for the fairies. Magnetone, typical Scarfer. Timid, I actually got one with Hidden Power Fire, so that kind of made... This is the reason why I went Timid Scarf, was I actually got a random one with Hidden Power Fire. I didn't have to breed for like a modest or a bulky one. So, standard, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, Hidden Power Fire. Standard Scarfer. Sylveon, Special Wall. Calm, Max Attack, Max Special Defense. It's Javas to take special hits. Moonblast, Stab, Wish Protect for recovery, and Toxic just in case Mandibuzz shows up. Because I should deal with Mandibuzz. Might be able to take Goodra, because I've checked and it does not get Iron Tail. It should not get Iron Tail anyway. So, its strongest move to hit me is Earthquake, so I should be able to tank that as well. And finally, Toxapex. Max HP. I am kind of locked into a Calm Nature one because I don't have access to Dittos yet, and I don't want to fiddle around with that. So, Calm Nature, Max HP, 60 EVs and Special Defense. Those 60 EVs guarantee that I have a 10% chance of being KO'd by a Specs Thunderbolt from Froslass. And the remainder of the EVs go into defense to deal with a banded Goodra Earthquake. Those basically 200 defense EVs should guarantee that I do not get 2-hit KO'd by banded Earthquake from Goodra. So I could ideally recover stall against that if need be. So that is my team. I'm going to go into the battle now. Alright, so looking at her team, she's got Magnezone, she's got Sableye, she's got Lapras, she's got Primarinas, she's got Turtonator, and she's got Goodra. 2 of the 3 things I was really afraid of, she brought, but thankfully there's no Espeon. So, Sableye, Primate, that should outspeed anything on their team, barring Scarf. But, I figure she probably would have at least one Scarfer, so I'm going to send out Magnetone just for Volt Switch initiative in case there's a bad matchup, but Magnetone should be faster than anything else on our team. So let's start the battle, shall we? Alright, so I sent out Magnetone, she sends out Magnezone. The fact that she kind of led with this tells me this thing might be Scarfed. So that's one information in my mind that I kind of have. I'm banking on this thing being Scarfed because their team is really slow. I'm just gonna Volt Switch out, I get initiative, I get to switch in, see what she does. I know I'm faster than it because I'm Scarfed, but... Goes in, she hit power, I'm assuming fire, so I take that fairly nicely. I'm going to bank on it being Scarf, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw out a Toxic. Now, I'm not sure what this thing wants to do. I'm not sure if it's physical, if it's special, if it's mixed. So I'm just going to protect, also get some of that toxic damage. So, toxic damage right down. I'm thinking, oh, I can take a flash cannon fairly easy with Fizz, so I go out to him. This thing should have nothing in Fizz. Wrong. It's Earthquake. But I take that like a champ. So yeah, Toxic wears it down a little bit more. Earthquake is the worst thing it could have done to me, and that does nothing. So I'm just gonna set up a layer of Toxic Spikes. Out comes Lapras. I can take one hit of anything this Lapras wants to do to me, so I'm gonna throw out that second layer, get Toxic Spikes up, and completely sit out and out of the way. Because her team has nothing to get rid of them. She freeze dries. I'm gonna go out in the Lulu. I'm just gonna take that because special move. Here I am going to Moonblast just to get some damage. Out comes Magnezone. Special attack swap. This is huge. I know I can now take any flash cannon from it because it has one special attack, so I'm just gonna wish up. So no matter what it does, it can't kill me now. I'm just gonna stay in a Moonblast again because yeah, it can't kill me. And I get some. She switches out in the Turtle Dragon. I get my wish come true. Health comes back. I'm just gonna go straight back out in the Fizz because I know. Oh, I'm gonna Moonblast and just gonna kill him. And that's the first blood of the entire season of the entire game. So we start off with that lead. I'm protecting to see what it wants to do. It has Iron Tail. Now apparently I did not know this until after the battle, but it gets Iron Tail from Axnu from the island scans. So you can breed that and circle on the dragon to get down there. So the thing that I thought Lulu would be fine against because, oh, I can't get Iron Tail, wrong. That's kind of my mistake because I did not see any viable way of getting Iron Tail. But it actually does. But Lulu takes an Iron Tail, lives with 4 HP, that is huge. Can come back from that. I'm going to send in Fizz because this is kind of my designated wall against Goodra. I'm just going to go for an Infestation to get some damage on it, get some more toxic damage up. Out comes back out Magnezone. I'm just going to take the damage it, switch back out to Asmob because it's lose a little low. I don't want to kind of risk it. He's not going to go for Hidden Power because I have not switched Magneton back into Magnezone. So I feel safe just switching in there. So I take that move. I'm just going to Volt Switch out. I'm going to go into Fizz because once again, this thing, I can take a hit from it. Earthquakes. But yeah, I take that fairly well. And here I want to get some offensive momentum. I'm kind of tired just kind of relying on my walls. I want to actually start breaking some holes into her cloak. So I go into Doug. Doug can take any one hit from this thing, I'm fairly certain, other than Outrage, but does. She sends in Primarina. This is good for me, because Band-Aid Poison Jab was one of my things to take care of her Primarina, and he does, and Doug does that perfectly. Doesn't kill, but look at how, from full to like 5%, I am okay with how much damage Doug did. Send back in my special wall. I'm just gonna wish up just to get more health back, because there's nothing Primarina can do. Once again, this thing can't one-shot me from where I'm at, so I'm just gonna Moonblast, get some more damage on it. I get that wish, and now that I got that wish, I'm getting out. I'm going back into Fizz because it's locked in a flash cannon. It can't hurt me. So special defense goes down. Not really that big of a deal. It's not going to try and flash cannon me anyway. I'm going to just go for Infestation to kill, to get more damage on it. Switches in Primarina, that kills. Hey, that's good for me. So there goes her Primarina, there goes her wall breaker threat, and I am perfectly okay. In comes Sableye. I am not afraid of this thing at all. Knocks off, I lose my Black Sludge, so what? Now it's trapped, now it's taking toxic damage, and damage over time. So this part was kind of a stall war, but she just needed to kind of put my Fizz on her timer. So she's just trying to do that, but she's going to take massive damage just trying to slow down my wall. So, Toxic Stall, I'm just going to Sludge Bomb to just try and get damage. I'm just trying to get damage, force it to use a recovery, because this thing can't threaten me at all. In a stall war, I will take the Pokemon that is burned over the Pokemon that's toxic any day. There's nothing you can do to me. And it can't switch out because of Infestation because it's locked in. So that is why she is just recover spamming at the moment. I'm just trying to get that thing as much damage on it as I can when it switches out. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. Alright, she breaks free. I know she doesn't want to stay in. So I'm just gonna Infestation whatever comes in. Sableye is taking a lot of turns of Toxic. And it just can't stay in anymore, otherwise it's gonna die. Infestation, in comes Magnezone, it gets infestated, it gets killed. Lapras, special wall, go. Lulu, you can take anything that this thing wants to throw at you, except a freeze. So she actually freezes me, and like, oh great, there goes my answer to this thing. So I'm switching out, I'm going to Magnezone. I could probably take an ice move, but she Hydro Pump, so that KOs me. So I'm gonna send in Sableye because I want to try and use this thing. I just stab, rock move, please. Yes, hurt that thing, but it doesn't kill. And I die to a Hydro Pump, and it's just like, Sableye, this is not how you want to start the season. I'm so disappointed in you. This is not how I wanted you to start. Anyway, all she has left is a Toxic Sableye. Yeah, Toxic Sableye. I have Focus Sash Weavile. Can't burn me because Prankster doesn't work like that anymore. It's gonna null, so I'm just gonna Sword Stance. It's gonna low sweep me. Was not expecting to have low sweep, but I'm gonna be faster than it anyway. So I'm gonna go for the +2 throat chop, and that is gonna kill. And we start up the first game of the first season of the ZBS with a 3-0 victory. Woohoo! Well, that was definitely the first battle of the ZBS, and I am happy to say we came out of that with a win. I am kind of really glad that she did not bring Castform or Espeon, to be honest. Those were kind of the two of the things I was fearing most, but gotta say it feels good to shake off this rust with a win. She played well. I was definitely not expecting that Iron Tail. That Iron Tail just caught me completely off guard, and I was sure that Sylveon was gonna die when it got hit with that Iron Tail, but it lived with 4, and that just makes me so happy. After the battle, we talked, because I thought that was an illegal egg move. I had to get Cooper to kind of help me find how she got that, because she said she got it from a Tutini. And he ended up discovering that Island Scanned Axnu got it, so that was perfectly legal. I came in there thinking there's no way to get that thing. Sylveon is going to be perfect for it, and I was wrong. But good game, Maria. You played well. Like, I was amazed how little my offense did. Sableye and Primarinas, I thought those were going to be like one-shot. Neither of them one-shotted you, but I wasn't expecting both of them to get one-shotted back either. So, you played well. As for Pokemon of the game, I had 2 very deserving candidates, both of which pulled significant weight, but I have to give it to Sylveon. Just coming back from the brink of death, tanking that Iron Tail from Goodra, which I thought was a sure kill. You lived that. You lived that like a champ. You just walled things for days, and I am very happy about that. The Solgaleos defense was just too much for the Primarinas offense to break through, and that makes me happy that my defensive line did work. Maybe you have to focus on the offensive line next time, but I'm happy with how this game turned out. I hope you guys are happy with it. Next week, we're playing Starmie in the Sun division, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm starting to plan it now. Let's make it 2-0. Shall we? Peace.